Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk for another OverReaction Monday. Now, I'm feeling good on this OverReaction Monday because the Packers finally got another win after so long. It finally looks like we have some type of moving forward, hopefully. But let's not talk about the Packers too much. AJ doesn't have anything to say about the Niners because they were on a bye. So there's no new news. You got any new news?
Yes, of course I got new news. It was
What's
a
new
great
news?
week for the Niners. We got to sit down, relax, and regain the top spot in our division since the Seattle Seahawks lost and got boat raced against the
Your whole
Baltimore
division
Ravens.
lost.
The whole division lost.
Your whole division got smoked, actually.
They did. They did. So
All right.
thank you. I'm happy. I'm
All right.
cool.
Good week for the Niners then, all right. But we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into the comments because we got Rave here 9 minutes early dropping a question, and we got you, man. So we're gonna go ahead and look at your trade right here. Rave wants us to look at the trade with him and Kyrie in the NSP league. Now we do have NSP leagues that we do invite our fans to come basically try to beat us in fantasy, which doesn't really work out for them too much. I think on almost all of them, Yumi and Vince are pretty close to the top. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're doing great. These guys don't know. Even when we give them advice, they still can't beat us. It's really embarrassing. But let's go ahead and look at this trade. So Kyrie and Rave. So in this trade, Kyrie receives Jonathan Taylor and Kyle Pitts, and Rave gets TJ Hawkinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Now we were talking about this earlier. AJ does not like this trade for Rave. AJ, break it down for us.
Okay, so to be honest, I was the first one to veto this trade. I didn't like it at all. I like Rave a lot. I like Rave a lot more than I like Kyrie. Yeah, state that out there. And I get it. You're getting TJ Hawkinson. He's injured. And at that time, we were worried because, hey, Kirk Cousins is out with injury. We don't know. I like the way Dobbs is going. And I'm still I don't like giving up Jonathan Taylor. I love Jonathan Taylor, and we saw this past week that he finally took on 75% of the snaps and is just going to get higher. This guy is an elite player. I'd much rather you have Jonathan Taylor.
That's just I've gone out on this podcast and said that Jonathan Taylor's a horrible person, and said a lot of different things about him. But as far as fantasy right now, he's looking great. He's looking like the type of guy that you want to have on your team. Rave does say that he has both CMC and Josh Jacobs. I don't know if that affects anything in the trade. Having CMC, that does like. I'd rather have CMC and Jonathan Taylor both for my team moving forward. Josh Jacobs, he's not bad, but he's not right now looking at like either of the two of those guys. I think Kyrie got the better end of this trade. I can look at your team honestly and see your whole team.
Who's his tight ends?
That's what I was going to try to find.
Yeah, that's
tight ends. Kyle Pitts,
who he traded.
Who he traded away and got TJ Hawkinson.
But does he have a backup?
He does not have a backup, so I think that's an upgrade as far as tight end. And then the second player was
he lost Jonathan Taylor. He's gained Jahmyr Gibbs.
You have Josh Jacobs. You have CMC. You have Gus Edwards. Honestly, you have a pretty decent team. Other than I don't like your wide receivers too much. I would have tried to get an upgrade there.
Who's his wide receivers? I was just like,
sorry, you got Chris Olave, DeAndre Hopkins, Jacoby Myers, Rashid Rice, and George Pickens. I don't like those options too much. I would have tried to get an upgrade in your wide receiver room, Rave.
Definitely. Yeah, you should have gone someone else other than Gibbs. If you did get someone else other than Gibbs, then like a wide receiver, I'd be super happy. Like if you got a Christian Kirk, I'd be like, hey, you know what? That's a pretty good trade. Not bad. But oh my gosh, your powerhouse there with your running backs. You're gonna have CMC, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor. Like, whoo.
I'll imagine he'll move Gibbs into this his flex spots, I would guess, and then CMC and Josh Jacobs as his main two running backs.
I see he just posted a roster. I'm not too sure which roster he's talking about now, but we could keep on going.
All right, let's get into some of the other comments. Sam McCall, my big brother, says, "Let's go." Hey, both of us are feeling good after that Packer win, as we were both Packer fans. Yeah, it was a good weekend. Jokes and Smoke says, cup full of Cowboys tears on this beautiful Monday. I missed you at work today. Joke the Smoke. I was hoping we could joke about the Cowboys, as you are an Eagle fan that did come up on top of them this past Sunday. That was a disgusting end, in my opinion, to that game. And you guys almost gave up the game with those penalties, moving Dallas down the field with penalties, and then you got freaking saved at the end. Yeah, not. I'm not too impressed by you guys, but I do think you guys right now, if I had to say the best team in the NFC, I'm going to say the Eagles.
I thought it was pretty ridiculous. I was watching the end of the game, and I think the Cowboys had a total of 20 yards that last drive, but they went all the way down the field due to penalties, and they went all the way back to the field because of penalties. Like you said, Reed, I wasn't impressed by any team. Yeah, I get it. The Eagles are top in the division, but I'm really, like I said, I'm still not impressed. We've seen Hurts, struggle against a great pass rush like we did with Dallas, and two good teams. They're both great, but I don't think anyone right now in this league is an absolute powerhouse.
I honestly 100% agree with that right now. The Eagles, I don't think, are absolute powerhouse. They win games. You can give them that. They win games, and that's what they do. I think that's what they did last year too. They got them all the way to the Super Bowl. But as far as their competition, Niners are on a 3-game loss streak. I still believe in them, but they got to show me something if you want me to say that they're at the top of the division. Jokes to Smoke said he had a day off. Yeah, you get a lot of those, Jokes to Smoke. I don't know about you. Rave says, "Can you guys give me a team rating? Started 0-6, now 3-6. Unless Brees Hall drops 30 tonight and Garrett Wilson gets injured, it's in the Discord." So I'm gonna go ahead and share my Discord if you guys can give me a few seconds here.
And while he's doing that, I did take a quick look. It is a pretty solid team. I'm sorry, Reed. I'm cheating a little bit. But I did see some key areas that I do want to address. But like I said, pretty solid team, Rave. If you guys have any fantasy questions, I know Mondays are usually like our overreaction Mondays. We talk about the games, what we learned. We talk about Monday Night Football. But if you have any questions whatsoever, we say this in every single video. Drop it down in the comment section. We get to every single question. Doesn't matter what it is, unless you're an absolute troll. But we also have a Discord, which we're getting this information from our Discord. So if you guys want to compare your teams or whatnot, we get all into it. Well, Reed is just like breaking his computer over here.
I'm trying to do the glitch where it zooms in.
Oh, I think it's pretty good right there, if you ask me.
You can see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Oh, now it's small.
Also, I was doing the glitch. Okay, I got the glitch working.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what you did. But while you're getting you got it up.
There we go. All right, so he has Sam Howell, Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, Stephon Diggs, Chris Olave, Dalton Kincaid, Wilson, DeAndre Hopkins, Elliott, Cleveland, and let's go ahead and look at his bench. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay, is glitch still working? Yeah. Gibbs, Charbonnet, Rashid Rice, Drake London, Schultz, who had an absolute game this past week, and he's got Kyle Murray on IR, who's I think coming off of IR this week and could potentially start. So I think that's a good stash for you. Let me go back to his full team. What do you think, AJ?
For me, I see this team and I see we used to call ourselves this back in my my sophomore year in varsity football. I were the second team, right? We called ourselves a second team ballers, Bravo Ballers. That's what we are. And I think this is that team, the Bravo Ballers, right? You see Sam Howell, good quarterback, an elite guy. No, you're not thinking that. Kenneth Walker used to be known as an elite guy. We're seeing him drop off these past 2 weeks. We've seen Zach Charbonnet take off 59% of the snap percentage this last week, and they have a horrible playoff schedule. Rashad White, I like him a lot. Not an elite guy, but definitely turning up to be a running back one. Stephon Diggs, you're an elite guy right there. Chris Olave, not elite. Kincaid, struggling with injury now, but looking good right now. Starter for sure. Garrett Wilson, not elite. DeAndre Hopkins, not elite. Like I said, this is like what do you call that? Right above average. I want to give this like a B or B plus. I like it. It's not an A, but it's something that gets you to the playoffs. And if Kyler Murray is that guy, you have a pretty good chance to depending on the rest of your league, right? But it's not a bad team. I like it.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's also a pretty decent team, if I have to say myself. Not elite, not yet a league winner, but you're very close. If the right injuries, things go your way, you can be looking pretty at the end of the day. Slayer 10 says Gibbs or Monty rest of the season. Ooh, this is a hard question in my opinion. Monty should be coming back soon. And they will definitely split the backfield 50-50. It's all about who's going to be more opportunistic, who's going to get the carries in the red zone on the goal line, who's going to be able to have a chance to get touchdowns. I think as far as the touchdowns, I think I'm going to go with Montgomery. He has more of that awareness, shifty ability that we saw in the beginning of the season. But I think I'm going to lean more towards Gibbs because he is going to be, in my opinion, towards the end of the season, who they're going to go with, who they is going to be the hot hand. So I'm going to go Gibbs here. AJ, what do you think?
I think this is the question that we're getting asked the most now that Montgomery's coming back. It's getting closer. Is who's going to start? I do feel like they are going to continue to split the backfield. We did say that we thought Gibbs was going to trend to have a majority of the start towards the end of the season. And Gibbs is just an absolute freak of nature. But was that enough to persuade the coaches to have him as a running back one from an injured Montgomery? I'm not too sure at this point, the way they like to play things. But in my eyes, I feel like it's all dependent on how the Lions continue to do. If they continue to win games like how they are right now, Gibbs is going to have a big role. If they are starting to struggle and lose games or fighting for playoffs or barely making playoffs, you're going to see that split with Montgomery and Gibbs. That's I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, right now it's a little too early to say. Montgomery seems like to be the safe pick. He just blew Gibbs out of the water as far as attempts. But Gibbs is just that much better than Monty.
All right. Ray says, do you think Kincaid is going to keep on getting these targets? So I'll read off his target list and talk about the stats a little bit. Kincaid this last week had his 16-point game. This past 3 games, he's been over 15 points, been very hot. But this is his highest snap percentage he's had and highest targets he's had all season with 90% snaps, 11 targets. His next highest after that as far as targets was 8 targets with 10 receptions, 81 yards, a touchdown. No, he fumbled. Okay, his last week he got a touchdown. I think he's a solid option moving forward. He's seen him. Once I see a player get fully integrated into offense, I know at least rest of the season he should be getting targets, or there should be, hey, this is a guy that we can go to. Before that, it's just a question mark every single week. But once you see 3, maybe 4, 2 games strung together, where like, hey, he's getting the targets, he looks like he's fully in this offense. That's when I know I can start trusting a guy. I think you can start trusting him. I don't know if he's going to get 11 targets per game. I think around 8 to 7 is probably the happy point where I actually would predict that moving forward. So I think you could be seeing 12 to 15 points on average moving forward with him, with some bad games in between there, because you know how the Bills are. They show up some games, and some games they just completely crap the bed on their offense. AJ, what do you think about Kincaid?
I like Kincaid a lot. He should definitely be the starter. We do see Dawson Knox, with an injury right now. That's why we're seeing such a high volume.
Yes.
When Dawson Knox does come back, I do fully expect Kincaid to be the leader on that tight end, but he's going to get some routes taken away from him. And not a lot. I don't think it's going to be dramatic, but Kincaid is a must-start guy. He's an outstanding dude playing through injury, and he is a reliable source for Josh Allen.
All right, I like it. So we've reached the end of the comments for now, but that's okay because I have built out some awesome topics for you, me, and AJ to talk about and the comments. to talk about. So the first topic for today is: are the Ravens the best team in the NFL? I feel like nobody is talking about the Ravens right now, just because nobody wants to believe in them, etc. But right now they are looking like a hot hand. Lamar is playing out of his mind, looking closer to those MVP days, but looking more like a passer instead of just a runnery quarterback. I think the Ravens have a great defense. They completely shut down Seattle this past week. Who have a decent offense, not the greatest, not how they were last year, but they have a good offense. And this offense is finally coming to their own, getting established in the run game. With the wide receivers, Dave Flowers is looking great. They're able to get the ball out. Lamar is playing very, very smart right now. I think right now they could potentially playing the best. Right now, if they were playing any team, I think they would win. They had a better chance than any other team to win. So, I don't know if what I said makes sense, but I think they're playing the best football right now. Right now,
I think they need to be challenged.
For sure.
A very talented team. I don't know if y'all ever heard the reference of a glass cannon. I think this team is the definition of a glass cannon. Super powerful, but once you get someone to step up and knock their teeth in, they're going to fold. And we've seen that happen this year with the Baltimore Ravens, where they struggle to get points down the field. This past game, you've seen Zay Flowers, their best wide receiver, with 1 catch and 11 yards. Before that, we saw him with 14 total yards. That's your best wide receiver, and that's what you're doing? OBJ is revived. He got 1 touchdown. Get over yourselves. I don't think he's back. I'm not scared of OBJ. Mark Andrews, that's some guy that you should be terrified of, right? But who else? I think if you play physical with this physical team, they fold. I think they fold. Yes, are they a good team? You 100%. Do I see them going to the Super Bowl? It's going to be them and the Niners this year. It's already been confirmed.
Oh.
For the past 2 years, we've seen that the NFL has leaked the teams by the colors of how they go by the NFL. The Super Bowl, I mean. This year, it's orange. I mean, it's purple and it's red.
It's not scripted, AJ.
It's 100% scripted. And you don't see the Minnesota Vikings going to the Super Bowl.
No.
We don't. So who's the other purple team? It's the Ravens, and who's red on the NFC side that's going to make it to the Super Bowl? Cowboys aren't red. Eagles aren't red. Lions aren't red. You're going to have the Giants go? The Buccaneers go? No. That's how it's going to be. And it's just going to be a fun game to watch because the Niners, hopefully they step it back up. But I think they're a really good team, but be physical with them. I think their true colors come out.
All right. You heard it from AJ. All right. Next topic, CJ Stroud. And it's the title of this video. He had the best rookie performance probably ever. I do believe he broke the rookie record as far as yards in a single game. But CJ Stroud, when I was watching the Bucs game on NFL Red Zone, I actually turned it off once the Bucs scored that touchdown. I was like, all right, wow. Bucs won. Good for Baker, man. I was hyped for Baker. I was like, dude, good for him, leading him down the field and winning the game. I was super excited for Baker. And then CJ Stroud, I didn't watch the end of it. CJ, I get it. Vincent texted in our NSP chat, and just me and AJ. CJ Stroud is him or something like that. I was like, what does CJ Stroud do? And I look back and I see that he's won the freaking game, taking the Texans down the field to beat the Buccaneers. I was very impressed. I think CJ Stroud definitely looks legit, man.
100%. And it hurts me because CJ Stroud, that was supposed to be Trey Lance. That was the expectations for Trey Lance. Not so much using his feet, but being agile, getting away from sticky situations. But this guy is insane. This guy got off of sacks and was making plays across the field. He's him. I like CJ Stroud. And the worst part is I left him on my bench.
I started him I picked him up and started him in one of my leagues this week.
I left him on my bench. Can you believe that?
That's rough.
Oh
man.
My gosh.
How many points? He had like 30 points, right?
Like 41?
He had 41.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. Oh
like
my gosh. I don't know, man.
All right. Rave says Ravens will choke like they did in 2019. I definitely it could touch. I don't know what's going to happen in the AFC. I 100% do not know who's going to come out of the AFC in the top. There's the Chiefs, who have not looked impressive, but they win games. There's the Miami Dolphins, who can't win big games. There's the Bills, who I don't know who they are week to week. There's the who am I missing? The Ravens, obviously, who look hot right now, but the playoffs are multiple weeks away. Who knows what they look like later down the road? Am I missing anybody in the AFC? Chargers? Can they get it done? I'm not too sure. Bengals are the hot hand right now.
Look good, yeah.
They look great right now. That's one of our topics that we're going to talk about later if we get to it. AFC, I don't know what's going to happen in the Bungles. The joke that spoke reminds me. I don't know what's going to happen in the AFC in the playoffs. The NFC, I know who the top 3-4 dogs are that will make it to the divisional round, and I can probably guess right now it would be the Niners and Eagles if everything goes well in the NFC Championship, most likely, unless Lions can top one of them.
We got Chase Young now, dude. We got Chase Young.
It's true.
It's just another infinity stone in our gauntlet right there.
Yeah, you got to win a game before I say, hey, the Niners are back, though.
I think we will. We got a good matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off the bye week. That should tell us exactly where we're at.
We'll see. But AFC is wild right now. Window Locker says, just join, crying face. You got to get here early, man. Put those notification bell on. Hit that bell. You'll get notified. Or I think he's in the Discord. I add everybody every single time we go live. So, hey, pay attention to those things. You get in here right away. But he wants to ask, did you already answer Gibbs or Monty? We did answer that already, but we will answer again just for you, Window Locker. I said Gibbs rest of the season. Monty is the touchdown stealer as far as in the red zone, in my opinion. But Gibbs, I think he's going to get the more carries down the stretch. So rest of the season, I'm going to say Gibbs. I think AJ said something similar to me.
I did. I said it's all just going to depend on how they do. If the production that Gibbs has shown is enough. Me personally, I still think they're going to split that backfield and make it extremely challenging, starting either or going for fantasy football. But I want more time to pass. I want to see what they do. If I had to choose one, we did predict Gibbs to be starter towards the back half of the season. It makes sense going forward, but they're still going to split the backfield, in my opinion.
All right. Thoughts on Martavis Bryant?
So, ladies, we got with Martavis Bryant is that the Dallas Cowboys are working him out. I believe it was today. I'm not too sure. He's spent some time in the NFL with the Raiders, with the Steelers. Pretty cool. I think it would be a pretty good addition, but I don't think that's their issue. We saw this last night with the Cowboys. I say last night because of the time change. I feel like it's so late right now. But we saw this with the Cowboys. On your last drive, you're giving the ball to I forgot his name already, but you're not giving the ball to your playmakers.
DJ Moore?
No, Dak Prescott.
Oh, you're talking about the Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys. He was you had Ferguson, who's having a great game. You had CeeDee Lamb, who's just going outrageous, but yet you're still insistent on sharing the ball with these other guys. I get it. The game's on the line, though. You got to give the ball to your playmakers.
They played. Those other guys did play well that game, but you got to give it to the big guys that can win on one-on-one matches consistently.
When the game's on the line,
yes,
give the ball to those guys. If you bring someone like Martavis Bryant, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. In my not so pro opinion, it's not going to be that big of a difference. Give the ball to your playmakers. That is Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb. And involve Pollard. Stop. He's getting the same production like he was last year when he was sharing the ball with Zeke. You got to have a better offensive play style for him. Or free him.
T. Higgins, every time he catches the ball. T.
Oh, see, I told you T. Higgins was going to have a decent game.
You said that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I said
the Niners game.
You said the revenge game, remember that, but remember the Niners, it was all about Tyler Boyd. I could definitely see this upcoming game, T. Higgins' name all the time. T. Higgins, and that's what we heard.
Gotcha. But CJ Stroud, he definitely looked legit this past game. How do we feeling him about him rest of the season? Do we think we can continue to see him as a fantasy start if we want to talk about fantasy, but also just a guy? Is he going to be a guy for the Texans the rest of the season, rest of his career? What are your thoughts, AJ?
I think the Carolina Panthers made the biggest mistake of their life. I think CJ Stroud is legit. I've seen him play. He looks good. And he's not the type of quarterback that, hey, you know what? I'm going to use my legs and get the first down and get injured like Anthony Richardson. No, he's not that guy. He's a passing quarterback, and he could pass the ball damn well. I told a lot of people, hey, go pick up Singletary, running back for the Texans, because Damian Pierce is out. And what did he do? Singletary was the bell cow of that offense, but they couldn't produce anything. They just kept passing the ball. They would continue to pass the ball. With CJ Stroud's accuracy, this guy's legit. He has a future in the NFL. He's going to be the franchise quarterback here. I'm 100% confident. I don't have high expectations this year, even though he's exceeded them tremendously.
Yes.
But allow him to grow with his team. Young players, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, I know Noah Brown's not young, but he looked very good.
Oh,
he
spent
spent
so
a lot, right?
Yeah.
A lot better than what he did with the Cowboys. He could have looked
Yes.
like that with the Cowboys, but the Cowboys never gave him a chance. So, hey, that's what happens whenever you have a good offensive. I don't want to say offensive minded, because DeMeco Ryans is a defensive coach, which he's calling the defensive plays. How many times do you see that in the NFL? You see your head coach calling defensive plays. It's not as common as you see coaches calling offensive plays. I think this is amazing. I love it. I love CJ Stroud. I'm going to buy his jersey when we go to that game.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait, dude.
I know.
I'm so hyped for that game. But how I feel, I won't say the Panthers made the biggest mistake of their life. I do think it's part of coaching and who's NFL ready right now. I don't think Bryce Young, you should sell on him already. It's his rookie year. He doesn't have a what?
Okay. Whenever you're done, I got something to say.
All right, I don't think you should sell on him right now. It's his rookie year. Other than Adam Thielen, he doesn't have a lot of receivers to go to on a consistent basis. It's really bad over there in the Panthers. It's not the best situation, and I think CJ Stroud has just been coached very well. I don't know the offensive coordinator off the top of my head, but I think he's done a great job with him. I doubt CJ Stroud came in on day one when he entered the Texas facility for the first time and was this good. I think there's a lot of growth and development that has gotten him to this point, and that's why CJ Stroud is looking so good right now, because the coaching and how they they have weapons. They have legit weapons on that Texans wide receiver core, and Schultz also. I don't think you should sell on Bryce Young yet, but I definitely think they have found their future in CJ Stroud. Dude has looked incredible in every single facet, doing things that you would want like 5-year plus vets to be doing, and he's already doing it in his first few games in the NFL. But go ahead, AJ.
So I just to answer you real quick, the offensive coordinator is Bobby Slowick. He spent a lot of time with DeMeco Ryans in San Francisco, actually. So that's one of the guys that he took with him. Gotcha. And get this is the first year that he's an offensive coordinator.
That's impressive.
Right?
Very impressive.
To entrust someone with a rookie in a franchise. Okay, so going back to the Panthers, Frank Wright, the head coach, he let this kind of slip, right? He kind of said it, but not to mean in anything, is when he was drafting his quarterback, he said, you know what? Some clubs, referring to NFL teams, some clubs, their owners like to put their hand in the cookie jar. Other clubs, their owners like to have a say-so, right? And it just so happens that this one, the owner likes to have a say-so. Do I agree with it? I don't think it's my place to say, but I'm unfamiliar with it. That's how he said these things. And then they showed some clips like him talking to CJ Stroud saying, hey, you should go buy a house in Carolina.
Yeah, he did say that.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this may have been a move by ownership other than head coach, which this is his first year, so it's not anything new. Because we saw this when Robert Saleh went with the New York Jets, and he didn't have a choice but to take Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that in there.
For sure. Definitely owners can muck up the thing. Just because, hey, if I owned an NFL team, I would have a big say in it. I would be in every single meeting. I would be the Jerry Jones of it all. Dude, I would be messing up everything in it. But I don't blame them. But definitely, you need to listen to the people that you hire. You got to be smart about it. Yeah, I don't think they've messed up yet with Bryce Young. Dude has just not fully adapted to the NFL speed, NFL play style as of yet. So we'll see what he's able to do later. But let's go ahead and get back to these comments. Oh, we have breaking news. What
we got? Breaking news.
Breaking AJ.
All right, Joshua Dobbs, who is currently a part-time rocket scientist / astronaut. I don't know if y'all knew that. Has been selected to lead a crew of astronauts that will orbit Mars in late 2024.
Wait, what?
He's going to Mars.
Where'd you get this?
He's going to Mars, dude.
Where'd you see this?
I got this on Twitter.
Under who tweeted it?
I just looked at it. I don't know if it's entirely true, but it's NFL NFC news, which, you know, sometimes they are pretty accurate, but
I know the NASA called in the Pastronauts, and
I'll let you look at that.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think that's real.
Window Locker JP says, I have 83 points and only have Garrett Wilson tonight. Opponent has 111 with Eckler and Allen.
You're done for, dude.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Let's get some F's in the chat.
I'm sorry, Window Locker. I wish we could hype you up right now and say you could win this, but there's just no way in hell.
You didn't have to go that far, Reed.
You're not winning this one.
There's always next week.
There's always next week. Hey, start making the trade. Start looking at the waiver wire. There will be a waiver wire video tomorrow at noon that AJ has already put together for you guys, so you can win.
I gave him a sneak peek today.
I know. I saw it. I liked it.
Yeah, your brother put that he already picked up or put a waiver request for Keaton, and I was like, "How'd you know I put Keaton?" It showed in the bottom. Gotcha. I was like, "Oh, nice,
nice."
Whoa!
No, I thought we were Stroud, Richardson, Lawrence, and Levis could be something in the next couple of years to look for. Yeah, Stroud definitely looks great. Richardson, he's got to get healthy, and he's got to learn how to play smarter.
Never played a healthy game.
He played 80% out of his 5 games. He got hurt, so
he played one
game where he didn't get hurt.
Which was when?
It was one of the 5 weeks. I don't remember which one.
Okay, I can't remember.
He was probably playing hurt, but he didn't get injured in that game.
Okay.
Yeah, but Richardson definitely he's playing wild out there. They got to figure that out. You got to use him. You got to use his rushing ability and what he has to offer, but at the same time, you can't be reckless with him. You cannot. Lawrence, I definitely think will be with the Jaguars for a while. He's on his 3rd year.
Where'd you find that?
Oh yeah, he put it there on one of the lives you missed. He put that in there. I gave him the whole story. I gave him the whole story of how that emoji came about. Hey, we're reacting to this right here.
That's still a thing?
That's still a thing on our Twitch.
What the heck?
It's for those of you who cannot see, that is a picture of a blue jay on a branch with AJ's face on it with a chef's hat. I can give you the full. If anybody wants to hear the full story again, I'll give it. But it's already on our YouTube of how that came to be.
Window, I am banning you right now.
No, you cannot do that.
I didn't know that was on there. I totally forgot.
That's one of the greatest things ever, AJ. I created that emoji.
You did. I'm gonna have to take it off. I'm gonna have
to
delete it forever.
That is the best thing I've ever created.
Oh, okay.
Biggie says Bijan. What to do with him? I don't know what to do with Bijan. I think he's going to be good for the rest of the season, but it's when is he going to be good? Is the question. AJ, what do you think of Bijan?
I'm fully convinced that Arthur Smith absolutely hates fantasy football. I am buying in. At first, I was like, guys, we're reaching for that. That is no way, no how possible. I'm fully convinced now he hates fantasy football. He puts Jonnu Smith in the goal line to rush for a touchdown. That is horrible, dude.
If I was the owner of Bijan in any of my leagues, I would try to trade him at this point. Over the next few weeks, I think the trade deadline's coming up in a few leagues. I definitely would try to trade him and get something in return for him. There's a possibility that I definitely think he's going to be a force to reckon with in years to come. But right now, he's just not looking like the hot hand at all. So I would move away from Bijan if I could.
Yeah,
unfortunately, which we've been saying for a long time that he's eventually it's going to work out, but it has not, unfortunately. And I think everybody's been saying that too. So I don't think we're outliers in being dumb. Everybody has been like, hey, Bijan will eventually work out. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. And people have gone to the extent of saying, hey, you know what? Bijan is no longer seen as a low-end running back 1. They're viewing him as a running back 2, which I still think is kind of a stretch. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Unfortunate.
Right. So we got a question from Window Locker. I'm guessing this is for his next week because he's already lost this week.
Oh my gosh.
Window Locker says, I got to start 5, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 flex. So we got Jamar Chase, who's dealing with a little bit of back injury. We got Puka, who I don't know if he can produce, or anybody on that Rams offense can produce without Matthew Stafford. Garrett Wilson, Joshua Downs, who's currently dealing with the injury. Tank Dell, who has the game of his life last week. Chuba Hubbard, who's been looking good. Ford, Monty's coming back, and Gibbs and Pollard. So 2 wide receivers. I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. I think he's going to play this next week, and I think he's going to be the hot hand. After that, who are the Rams going against next week?
For me, I feel like it doesn't matter who the Rams are going up against. It's solely dependent if Matthew Stafford's playing. Matthew Stafford's not playing, count out Kupp, count out Puka. Matthew Stafford's playing, put them in. They're must-start guys. But yeah, I'm going Chase, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Chuba Hubbard, and whoever's starting for the.
I think Rams are on a bye week next week. I don't see them playing, so that makes it easier. We don't start Puka.
Oh yeah, the Rams are on a bye week. Sorry, I just did my cheat.
Come on, AJ.
I'm sorry.
Right. So Jamar Chase. I'm also going to go Tank Dell, Chuba Hubbard. I'm going to go Gibbs, and then Pollard.
You're not going to go Garrett Wilson?
No.
Yeah, I was just a little bit different than you then. I had Chase, Wilson, Tank Dell, Chuba. Is that 1, 2, 3? Yeah, and then Pollard. Unless one of the 2 guys are not playing with the Lions. If Monty's not playing, you start Gibbs. If Gibbs not playing for whatever reason, you start Monty. If he's playing.
Gotcha. Window Locker says, trust me, I know I'm done for. Would you waiver wire anyone to replace on that lineup? AJ?
Nope.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Waivers are extremely scarce. The only guy that I have on there who is at my favorite pick in the waiver wire is Quentin Johnston. You have, Mike Williams out for the season. You have Palmer on IR. Who else is he going to throw it to besides Keenan Allen? Johnson needs to pick it up. I made the video. It's posted. It's scheduled before this game that's about to start. So I'm calling it right now. Johnson has to be productive here. He played 70% of the snaps last week. Once Palmer went down, we should see a higher percentage this week. He needs to be that guy. He needs to be the wide receiver too. So Johnson should be on top of everyone's waiver wire.
I like it. Window Locker says tough times. Big Money Joe says he just made it. What's up, Big Money Joe? Good to see you. We love Big Money Joe around here. We do. Window Locker says yes, Def not feeling Puka with no Stafford. I do think he kind of got a little bit locked up this last week with our rookie Valentine. Dude had a hell of a game. He was smothering Puka the whole game. So I don't think it was fully on There's no PI. Come on. Come on. You're sounding like the freaking Cowboy fans out here right now.
Don't dude, even.
That was a tackle. They tackled him on the goal line, dude. That's my whole TikTok right now. Is Cowboy fans complaining about that play on the goal line with their tight end Ferguson?
Everyone's a perfect analyst now. Right, dude, all the Cowboys fans, they're just like they have good schemes. They have a good recorder. They're like, look, they pause it, and they draw the circles and all that. They're like, oh geez, it was a catch.
But yeah, I think Puka just had a bad game getting locked up by somebody who just had a really good game, their first big game in the NFL. But yeah, without Stafford, I don't trust that offense at all. Even Cup, unfortunately. Becky says, any running backs I should aim for? Like Monty, is he still going to be good with Gibbs? AJ?
I think Monty is still going to be productive. It just really depends what we see as far as a share. If I was the head coach, how Gibbs is playing, he's playing incredible. I'm giving Gibbs, at least 60% of that backfield. That's just me as a head coach. Obviously, that's not how it goes. We all knew Gibbs was more talented. We all knew they wanted to ease him into this. Maybe this is the gate that's opening for Gibbs. But overall, I still feel like Monty will have some fantasy value. He's going to step right back and still be the running back one. He's going to be with the Lions for a while. So let him earn his keep, right? So yeah, I do think he has value.
All right. Big Money Joe says, I'm starting my own chat that I hate Pollard chat. I can kind of understand that Pollard has scored under what?
I've been waiting for this. Hey, Big Money, let's looking to get rid of Pollard.
Oh my God! Don't listen to it. He's trying to swindle. He's trying to swindle. Get out of here, Big Money Joe. Get out of here.
Hey Joe, bud. Hey, come on, man. Give me Pollard, bro.
I have Pollard in one of my leagues. He has scored under 10 points both past weeks. Not looking that great, but he's still getting the rushing carries. He's still getting the targets. I don't think you should sell on Pollard yet. He will continue to be the bell cow for the Cowboys.
100%. Oh, yeah.
If you're going to sell him, don't sell him to AJ, okay? Don't give him the satisfaction.
And also, Big Money, I don't think you have to worry about your bet anymore. Kyrie lost thanks to Reed. Reed put the smack down on Kyrie on the Gold League, and I don't think he's making playoffs. So
no.
Big Money said in 2 weeks, AJ. Once we get into playoffs.
Biggie says, "Big Money." That's what I feel about with Arthur Smith. Or Biggie, are you? Has he told us he's a Falcons fan?
I'm not too sure. Biggie, what's your fan base? I'll really like to know.
Yeah,
but he's probably feeling that way because of Bijan.
Yes, that's he's feeling that because of Bijan. But I would like to know, Biggie, who you root for. He may have told us. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Obviously, his dog's a Niners fan.
I don't think that's how that works.
The Niners colors?
You're like a bull, dude. You see red and you just go for it. Justice Post says, all I've seen today is refs this penalty that Cowboys should have won. I've seen on my TikTok, on my Twitter, etc. Cowboys breaking down all the plays the refs missed, etc. It's like I could probably spend about 2 minutes watching film, and I could point out a whole bunch of penalties they missed on the Cowboys too. So if we want to play the what if game, we can do it all day, Cowboys fans. Let's calm down. That's not.
It was
that's
a
not,
catch.
What was the catch?
Des Bryant.
Bryant did not catch the ball.
It was a catch.
Under the rules that were at the time, he did not catch it. It was 100%.
Y'all ruined his career.
I don't care. Dude's a bum.
He is a bum.
He says in 2 weeks. Window also says, if I could trade you my Pollard AJ, I would. Keep waiting for that one game. He's had good games, guys. He's had 4 games over 15 points this year, with just 4 games. Okay, he's had 4 games with under 10 points. So he's going to be good, okay, guys? Just wait.
I'll take him off your hands, Window. Let me join your league. I'll join mid-season.
This guy. Bijan getting played in the Atlanta. He'll come alive eventually. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think you should sell on Bijan for this year, but years moving forward, I definitely think Bijan is an absolute talent that will definitely move forward with him.
I don't think Arthur Smith should be calling the plays.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. Big E says, I'm Arizona gang. So he's a Cardinals fan, AJ. How do you feel about knowing he's part of the enemy for you?
I feel betrayed. I welcomed you to our NSP sanctuary here, and you're gonna spit on me like that? Like I feel extremely disrespected right now.
So I was Arizona Cardinals red, AJ, on that dog.
I should have known. I should have known.
Biggie, I would love to hear your thoughts on Kyler Murray. Now that I know you're a Cardinals fan, and just the current state of the Cardinals. If you would mind, just putting that in chat, if you don't mind. I always love hearing from true fans of their team how they think about their team, because I can talk about all day about the Packers, but I want to hear about other teams and their fans how they think. Winterlocks is gonna be. I'm not. What was that to in reference of? Gonna be. I'm not sure, but I agree with you, Winterlocker. Big Money Joe says, "Can y'all ask Vince, the Prince, what happened to that Seattle team?" AJ, do you want to talk about Prince?
Prince is my best friend. I freaking love Prince. Vince, on the other hand, his evil twin brother, is a piece of work. My colleague Vince. Yes. I was never impressed with Seattle. I mean, they've been downhill, since they started losing players. I get that. They're not a horrible team. They're above average. I want to give them that. But I mean, they went up against a very tough team with the Baltimore Ravens, a packed offense, and that's what you're going to get. They got a decent defense, but nothing that could keep up with such a high-powered offense like the Baltimore Ravens. That are just going to continue just hitting and swinging and punching and kicking, and it's just nonstop. And that's what they went up against. And it's hard for a young defense like that to keep up.
For sure, Seattle's not a bad team. They can beat the mediocre to bad teams, in my opinion, but against the top of the league, I don't think they have the team built for it. What happened?
Oh man, I think it was the first play of the game. Oh, sorry, third play of the game. A 40-yard bomb to Johnston, and it was deflected by Sauce. So they got Sauce on Johnston. This is something, guys.
Uh-oh. That means Keenan Allen's wide open. Let's go, Keenan Allen. I need a big game from him tonight.
So does Big Money Joe.
Windowwalker says, you guys have open leagues for viewers. My league only has 6 people. I don't know the answer to this question.
Oh, so I mean, there's some instances where they have open leagues where people get to join mid-season. So he's either asking that, which we don't have. We might experiment with that next year. But this past year, we opened up 3 leagues for NSP subscribers. So all of our subscribers had an opportunity to join fantasy football if they didn't have a large friend group, or if they just want to join extra leagues, or if they just want to have fun, or maybe win and get an NSP trophy. We do have those leagues available, and we're going to have those leagues available again next year. I kind of already have an idea of how I want to go about things next year, which is going to be super fun.
All right. Big Money Joe says, you all good, Big E. Arizona gang is harmless. Jeez. Big Money Joe, that's rude. That's rude. He's dead right now. I think when you're talking about the Seattle and Vincent.
I was trying to be nice.
Big E answering my question about how he thinks about the Cardinals. He says, I got Murray on my bench run. I think the Cardinals should just feed Brown or run the ball with the quarterback. I think that's all they can do without James Conner. Once he comes back, I definitely think the Cardinals have a little bit going on. Not enough to win like multitude of games, but they can definitely win games, which honestly is the worst thing for you. You guys you have the first pick right now. You don't want to be winning games. So hopefully Kyler Murray
let them win games.
Kyler Murray needs to throw a few picks so you guys can keep that first overall pick, all right?
Kyler Murray is the future.
No.
He's him.
He's not him.
Yes.
We'll see. But he's had a whole lot of time this offseason to break down film, really study himself, etc. We'll see if he's learned anything. He's been playing the call the whole time.
Oh, especially the new one coming out.
Yeah. Big Money Joe says, I need Herbert and Keelan. I need Keenan and I think Wilson in one of my leagues to go off.
I need Herbert and Garrett Wilson.
No, I need Brees and
you need Brees.
Brees Hall and Keenan Allen to have a big game, and Garrett Wilson to have a bad game for me to win.
I need to beat Vince in our money league. I have Herbert and Garrett Wilson. I need them to get, I think, like a combined of like 26 points, and then I win.
Gotcha.
So we'll see.
All right, we're going to get to the end of these comments and give our predictions for the game, and then we're going to log off so we can all enjoy some Monday Night Football. So Window Locker says, I meant for next year, but I bet I'll be definitely joining next year. Hey, we'll send the invites. AJ, put them on the list, okay?
I will. I will say this. Last year, we had a lot of people that said, hey, count me in for next year. I'm in, definitely. And so they disappeared during the offseason. So I would say, hey, we post videos nonstop all year round. Stay tuned with us every single Monday for sure, especially on our Discord, which you already joined. And if you stay true to your word, man, we got you next year.
100%. We'll do as many leagues as possible for as many people who want to join. Big E says Arizona just lost the World Series, and then we lost the NBA Finals a few years back. Oh, so he's not feeling good as a Cardinals or a Arizona guy. It's rough. At least
that is rough.
At least you've had good enough teams to get there. Some cities haven't had, like Detroit, they haven't had anything good for them in years. So at least you're not like that.
They just ran it back. The Chargers ran back a punt.
Oh, really?
Yes, I need Herbert to throw touchdowns. What the hell, dude?
That's rough.
Gosh, man.
It's crazy how fantasy changes your outlook on a game.
Yeah. I was like, go. Wait, no.
No. Big E, I feel for you, my friend, but that World Series ride was pretty cool while it lasted. Worst to first. I don't know anything about baseball, so cool.
I was watching the series. I mean, yeah, it's kind of rough. I felt bad for Arizona fans. But...
yeah. I can't tell you. Rizzo's still on the Cubs, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I know. Big Winner Joe says AJ's team went off this week, except for Tua. AJ, your team went off this week?
Yeah, I think I'm at 157 points right now. But I left CJ Stroud on the bench. Tua, I think the whole fumble with Tyreek Hill impacted him a lot, and they couldn't get anything going in the first half. Like I said, like I told you, Big Money, no tripping league, right? I ain't tripping about it. I think we're gonna have a very good rest of the season with Tua with all those weapons, especially with Waddle Gain fully healthy. I mean, it's gonna be good.
All right. Winter Locker says I benched Herbert for Tua. Oof.
He's feeling the pain. I think we got like 12 points.
Yeah. All right. So that's the end of our comments. So we're going to go ahead. Me and AJ, we're going to give our Monday Night Football predictions. So as they are playing right now, we got Chargers versus Jets. I am not looking at the TV screen like AJ over here, not paying attention to the live stream. I do not know what's going on. I think Chargers just scored or something. It sounds like. I was already going to pick the Chargers to win this game. I'm pretty sure I did the same when we did our pick up against the spread video. So I'm going to say the Chargers are going to win 28-21. That's my final prediction.
28-21. I actually like that a lot. I have the Chargers winning as well. I believe I said that in our pickups video, and I have the Chargers, 32-27. I think it should be a little bit high scoring. Yeah.
All right, I like it. Big Money Joe says Waddle got injured.
Yeah. But like I said, it's not too serious. He did get injured. Like I said, as he gets healthier, I'm be fully confident. And we've seen this before. We see River Craycraft just eating. We see other wide receivers eating, and they're going to be passing the ball a lot.
All right. Big Money Joe says, don't forget Zach Wilson, 20-plus points. We'll see. We'll see. I would not take that bet any day of the week. Enjoy the game, everyone. Thank you, Window Locker. You enjoyed the game as well. I hope you end up winning somehow in your league with Garrett Wilson against Keenan Allen and Eckler, and you're down 30 points. I'm rooting for you, Window Locker. Big E says the Chargers 21 and Jets 24. That's his prediction. Big Money Joe is laughing about Zach Wilson. He's not going to get 20 points. There's no way. All right. Let me take that off the screen. Wendell Lucker says 50+ points to Wilson. Let's get it.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. If Garrett Wilson gets 50+ points, then Zach Wilson will have a 30 to 40+ game.
Zach Wilson injured.
Oof.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. And that's going to be it for us for this Monday podcast. But don't worry, if you wanted more NSP, we are going live tomorrow at 6:30 for our waiver wire anything fantasy video that we'll be answering all questions for tomorrow. It's going to be me and AJ. We'll answer anything from waiver wire pickups to trades to start, sit, etc. Any question, or you just want to, I know Dizzle, who wasn't here, even though he put it in the Discord, hey, y'all going live today? Didn't show up. Very rude, Dizzle. But Dizzle likes to just ask us random questions. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys join the Discord so you can stay connected to us at all times. And other than that, AJ, you got anything to end off with?
Yes, it was absolutely funny. Made y'all look. But thank y'all so much. Stay tuned for tomorrow, okay? It's gonna be super fun. All of our fantasy videos are very, very fun.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button, share this video. Give us a reason to do another giveaway.
Ooh, 1,000.
1,000.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do appreciate you and all the comments and every single minute that you decided to tune in. And until then, next time, keep on grinding, everybody.